Well, you look outside and not a lot has changed depending on where you're at. On our way in this morning, you had the dense fog advisory. That's expired.
Yeah, that's expired. It was extended an additional hour just because this fog is not lifting. And
this is behind us. I mean, you can only see about half of downtown.
Yeah, so this is from our Clyde Warren Park camera, Kara. And yeah, normally you can see a little bit more in the distance there. Not the case right now. I've got another look at downtown too. Well, kind of. From our Fair Park camera. Yeah. So
is this all over?
This is all over.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is most of the Metroplex, Denton, Collin County as well. You know, there are some locations to the south that have cleared a bit, and I'll show you what locations here. And if you pretty much follow anywhere south of Hood, Johnson, Ellis County, improving conditions. Anywhere north of that, that's where we're starting to see some of that dense fog really pile in. This is going to improve eventually once the temperatures continue to climb. And right now, temperatures are in the mid to low 50s for DFW specifically, but eventually we'll make it to about 60 degrees around 68 degrees the high temperature. And I do think we may even see a few rays of sunshine, but for the most part, the cloud cover is going to stick around. So that fog is anywhere north of this warm front. This warm front is slowly working its way north. And once that happens, the temperatures are going to climb. Once temperatures climb, the fog is going to clear. Some of the cloud cover does stick around. That's why we are seeing the clearer conditions south of the area. Anywhere north of this line is where we're seeing some of that dense fog. And notice how widespread these temperatures are. We're in the mid 40s for our northwestern counties, mid 50s across DFW, but in the 70s when you look towards the south. That's how wide of a range we'll see in terms of our high temperatures today. Depending on where this line is, where this front is, around 4 in the afternoon, this is what's going to impact our temps. If this line happens to be a bit more north, the DFW high temperature will be in the 70s. But as of now, I do think that we'll see it in the upper 60s around 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon. 70s anywhere south of DFW. 80s to the west, and if you're north of that line in the 60s, yeah, this is a tricky forecast, trying to figure out where that line is going to be exactly. But over the next few days, we will have temperatures that are in the 80s. We're looking at low 80s Thursday and Friday. On Friday, I do think it'll be a little drier because we'll have a weak front impacting the region. It just drops our humidity, but we'll be in the mid to maybe even upper 80s on Saturday. 20, 25 degrees above what's considered normal this time of the year means we could see a few records being broken or tied Thursday and Saturday. I don't think so much on Friday. We do have a front that comes in, a stronger front Saturday night into Sunday. This is what's going to drop our highs into the 50s. It also brings our next round of rain. And those highs in the 50s, by the way, more similar to what we would see in a typical winter time pattern. So our timecast here shows a little bit more rain towards the southeast. We'll see it expanding coverage throughout the day on Monday. I think Monday night going into Tuesday, we'll see some of the highest coverage of rain, anywhere between a 50 to say 60% coverage as of now. And we're going to also see that cooler weather sticking around as a result. Tuesday night, we'll start to see some drying out. I do think we have added rain chances come middle parts of next week, and I even think some winter precip will be possible north of our area. We're talking closer to north of the Red River. I think we'll see just the liquid rain. But as far as how much accumulation between Sunday and Tuesday, it is looking likely that we see ½ inch to 1 inch of rainfall, less the more west you go. And as far as any pollen, mountain cedar still at a high count. I did a full explainer. You can find it on our YouTube page or on WFAA Plus. But we'll see highs in the 80s, and that's going to keep the pollen around at least until we see some rain come Monday, Kara.
All right, well, I'll take it because I'm a sufferer right now.